Hey, it's Moreaux, and it's also the early hours of the morning. I have some Darjeeling in my Thierry Noir mug, and I'm gonna scroll in my face. There is no emotion in this world that Darjeeling cannot cure for me. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going with this. Fucked it up already. That also looks like the world's most glorious eyebrow. Kind of want to just turn it into an eyebrow. I've never been particularly comfortable in front of a camera, so I think being on my own and doing it, it makes a difference. And it's way different to my regular career, which is currently on hold, unfortunately, due to my health. But like, that's why I started doing this. I got really sick and I was bedbound for probably the better part of a year, which I think I hid pretty well. I travelled a little during that time, not anywhere near as much as I used to, but for the most part I was just kind of in bed in an excruciating amount of pain. And while I'm still in pain, it's not anywhere near as completely incapacitating as it used to be, because that was like sheer hell and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But all I could do when I was in bed, other than sit and watch Sigmund the Sea Monster and write blog posts and speak to people if I had the energy. So that was it. Makeup was my friend, and she served me well, and I'm extremely grateful for all of the creative energy it allowed me to get out. Because I studied applied music with a first in classical composition. Avant-garde composition, sorry. I studied classical and jazz composition before that, which I only really started getting into when I was in university, and I had the most fantastic lecturer, and I'm extremely grateful for not only everything he did for me and how much he encouraged me, but the fact that he put me onto composition at all, because I had no experience really with it when I got to university because I was so young. I went when I was 17. He was a huge influence that way. The music industry is cutthroat at the best of times. I love it, don't get me wrong. I'm not currently working in it, of course, but that doesn't stop me being a musician. Like, I can't shut off the fact that I have that ability. It's certainly very different to the art world. Like, when I started doing this, whatever the fuck you call that, people were amazing, like so supportive and nice and encouraging. I personally feel that elitism in things, genuine elitism, and the arts in general is the worst thing that has ever really happened to it, other than the massive defunding of the arts that's going on in my country at the moment that MPs seem to just not want to talk about. Which, you know, on a side note, how do you raise a generation with no art classes, no music classes, no input artistically, and then expect them to be creative adults? But yes, sidetracking myself onto sidetracks of sidetracks. Elitism in music and the arts in general, it dissuades people who would otherwise be very talented, and you end up with artists who their work is only found after they pass, because they never had the heart to show people, or, you know, for whatever reason they chose not to partake in the culture of the arts. But not only dissuading people, it creates this basis for what is and isn't considered art. And that also irritates me a fair deal. Art is extremely subjective, and just because one medium doesn't appeal to you doesn't mean that it doesn't appeal to someone else, and that it's not just as valid. Like, I got a message from someone who said something along the lines of, "Oh, when I saw you with your makeup on, I thought you were hideous. You know, I didn't want anything to do with you, but then I saw that you took all that shit off your face, and then I decided to message you because I found you attractive." It's like, if that is not the backhanded compliment of the year, I don't know what is. Hey, you're fucking hideous, but you know, when you take all that shit off your face, you're great. If you could just be someone that you're not, I would ban you. He's like, "Thanks, stranger. I'm extremely grateful to know what you and your penis think of me." Just as if it has any bearing on my life at all. And I think a lot of people don't understand why we do this. But clearly the fact that I'm sitting up here at like 2 o'clock in the morning, painstakingly outlining some pink shit on my face, it's therapeutic. For me anyway. And I'm deeply uncomfortable if I don't look like what I feel myself to be. You know, when I look at myself, I see joy, I see colour. Obviously Moreaux, fuck's sake. Moreaux has learned what the rainbow is, apparently. And I just figure life is way too fucking short. Last year in particular kind of kicked me in the face with that realization. I've been very into Mr. Bungle's California recently, which I know came out in 1999. You were there, Moreaux. You should have had time to listen to it by now. But I have been a huge fan of their self-titled album for donkey's years now. And I think because I knew that their stuff sounds so different depending on album, I wasn't quite up for it yet. But I gave it a shot and I fell in love with it. And that's what I've been listening to, like, constantly. Does anyone else go through periods of just being absolutely obsessed with a song? I mean, I know people do, but what was your last obsession? Because my previous obsession to that I am still partly obsessed with, was Oingo Boingo, Danny Elfman's old band. They are spectacular when you actually listen, you know, when you properly listen to them. Everyone's heard Weird Science and a couple of their other tracks like Private Life, but the rest of their, like, the unreleased demos and stuff are fucking brilliant. And I love them. And I'm gonna keep talking about them until I die. Before that was Coheed and Cambria, who I have listened to for a long time, but I got back into. I think as I was doing it was either speaking to friends or I was planning a blog post or something, because I'm ancient and I still write blogs, of Desert Island Discs. And one of my discs would of course be Coheed and Cambria's Good Apollo, I'm Burning Star, From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. So that was why I was talking about it. And I started listening to it again. I listened to their other stuff and I remembered why I thought they were so incredible before. His voice is unrivaled, other than perhaps Geddy Lee of Rush. I've been wanting to combine my music with my body painting, because I did installations before. That was like part of my whole avant-garde music thing. This is going to shit, like, I know for a fact. This looks absolutely horrific. It's giving me Peppermint Creeps vibes, if anyone knows who they are. Where? I don't know if they're still together. I used to make my own clothes a lot in high school, which I got mercilessly bullied for, of course. But it didn't deter me, I just got better at it. But yeah, I suppose like when you're coming into your first year of high school and you have a t-shirt that you made with slogans and shit on it that you yourself made, that is not the coolest of things to do in the early 2000s. Whack out our Vice palette to get some kind of, by Vice palette I mean like the lipstick palette, not the, oh fuck yeah, we're going glittery. But yeah, I've just sat and chatted absolute shit for God knows how long, and I'm feeling much better for it. That is like Mr. Blobby hot pink nightmare, and I love it. Goth clown has always been the aesthetic. Oh hell yeah, that top lip is something else. What else can we do to this to make it cool? She says as if it has any potential to be cool. I didn't film any of this fuckery because I'm pretty sure no one wants to watch a grown-ass woman fight with her forehead, but that's pretty much what my channel is, so yeah. Apparently a handful of people do want to watch a grown-ass woman fight with her forehead, but anyway, I have plenty of other videos of me fighting with my general anatomy. My highlights never end up looking as good as other people's. Probably because I don't have a bloody clue what I'm doing. So yeah, imagine not Moreaux. I kind of feel like this is Moreaux uncensored, just talking shit. There we go. I actually kind of like it now. I don't mind it. So I decided to tightline them and add some purple liner, which looks like shit because I'm just gonna take it off anyway. I actually ended up really liking this. I might do something like this again, and I very much needed to just talk nonsense and anecdotal nonsense at that. I am eternally grateful for anyone who comes and hangs out and watches me scribble my face, and you know, the nice messages that I get on Instagram, etc. I deeply, deeply appreciate it, and it makes me feel all nice and warm and fuzzy feelings in my cold ass rainbow clown heart. My fucking goth clown heart. I'm very thankful, and I have wonderful people around me supporting me, and I'm just feeling very good about my artistic expression lately. I feel like I'm expressing myself as I want to express myself, and I just want to continue doing that. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me and watching me scribble my face. I hope you're having a great day or night depending on where you are, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye.